Hmm. All right, we are live. Hi, everyone. I'm just gonna wave and say hello. Enjoy the final day of the live trading room here with Mr. Lucky, and also we have another guest from the same academy. So I'm going to let Mr. Lucky do all the introductions. And happy trading. I will see you guys a bit later.
Brilliant, perfect. So hi guys and girls, Lockie here. I've got Cody with me this afternoon. Cody is not only a very, very talented trader, but he's got his own psychology course, guys, that he's developed around the art of trading. Cody normally takes his session on a Friday afternoon. He does an absolutely phenomenal job. I really like the fact that we've got two different perspectives applying basically the same algorithms. So some people will prefer Cody's perspective to mine and vice versa. Mine's old school, Cody's new school. It's a really, really lovely combination. So, Cody, I'll hand over to you, turn my camera off, and it's session as usual. Cool. How about that?
Awesome. G'day,
Perfect.
guys. Cody here. Happy Friday. Hope you've all had an amazing week. Just as I finish off a couple of notes in the background, I'm just going to get participants up and manage the screen. Beautiful. I'm sure you can all hear me loud and clear. Okay. Just getting my workspace sorted. Beautiful. All right, team. For those new who haven't been traded with me before, let me know where you're from. Always love to know where everybody is from. We are definitely an international group at the moment. First timer, welcome. So what we'll do, Gold Coast. Oh, Mandy, that's where I used to live. Love the Gold Coast. Southern Queensland, Australia, Brunei. Wow, amazing. I'm located in Bali. I call myself a Gold Coast native, but I grew up in North Queensland. So I've been over here for 2 years now and absolutely loving it. Just finishing my last notes so that way I don't miss anything for you guys. And then we will go through. We do have a little bit of compliance we have to go through just because we do have just south of you at Sanur, or Sanor, as we call it when we're in Canggu. A bit slow for us. From Germany. Welcome. Awesome. This is awesome. All right. Melbourne. Beautiful. Beautiful part of the world. All right, team, we do have some compliance we have to go through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Where are you? Share screen link. Zoom workspace. No. Cancel. Oh, there it is. Slightly different workspace to what I'm used to. So I'm just adjusting. Bear with me. All right. Hopefully you can all see my screen now with the lovely charts on there. If you can't, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to assume we can see it. And now we have a beautiful PowerPoint to go through. Beautiful. Awesome. Thank you, guys. All right. Thank you. Thank you, team. Awesome. All right, guys. So this is a really awesome opportunity. So welcome, everybody. Welcome those who are joining us from the Trading Pit, and welcome to those who are joining us from the Duro Day Trading Academy. It's very, very exciting. I'm very excited to be here. As you know, for those who know me, I always moderate on the Fridays. So I'm really happy that this gets to cross over with my session. Great opportunity for me and great opportunity for everyone. For those new, and for all traders, if you have any questions, just send them through on the chat. I'll get to them when I can. We have a lot of talented traders in this room, so if I can't answer them, someone else will be able to. All right, team. So I'm just got to go through compliance because some of you are joining us for the first time, and some of you are pretty new to trading in itself. So We're very proud of our compliance. Trading futures and CFDs does involve risk. Trading Pit offers demo accounts within challenges and signal provider agreements. All trading activities are virtual. We do not offer CFD challenges residents of Canada or US. Now, all content and information on this website is for informational purposes only and should not be interpreted as financial advice. That is very, very important. And remember that results achieved in the past do not guarantee future results. So it's really essential to understand that there are risks associated with trading. If you're unsure, then please consult your independent financial advisor. All right, so when it comes to trading futures, guys, we are trading on margin, which carries a much higher level of risk, and it may not be suitable for all investors or all people alike. Trading securities, essentially, we are borrowing money from a clearinghouse. This affects you by allowing you to make larger positions in the market than your account balance would normally allow. However, this gives you the potential to magnify your profit, but also magnify your loss. Hence why it is deemed a high level of risk futures trading. So just remember, guys, any advice given is just general advice. Neither it's not to do with your personal objectives or financial situation. I do not know your financial situation or your needs, so you should consider how this affects you and consult any appropriate advice about your financial situation or needs. Past performance does not indicate future performance, as we have mentioned. And please, please, please stick to your trading plan, okay, guys? Remember, everything I say is general. I am just trying to identify positions that I know a lot of traders are interested in, okay? It's up to you whether that meets your trading plan, and you're essentially in control of pulling that trigger. All right, there are unpredictable events given the magnitude of what's happening in the world at the moment. So just watch out for news. We don't have too much during our session today, but we do have unscheduled news that occasionally can come through, and we all know what's happening around the world. Sometimes things go off and can affect the market quite substantially. All right, so this presentation's all for educational purposes, and these are opinions of the presenter only. Okay, all trades are hypothetical and should not be replicated in a live trading account. Material published and disseminated by the Trading Pit should be considered as general information only. All right, so we do not serve this as investment advice or solicitation to buy any securities. This is not a recommendation, endorsement, or sponsorship of any company funds. So these are all the websites, recommendations and experiences or reflections of their own clients' experiences, okay, guys? And we do not accept any responsibility or liability, misuse of information. Only risk capital money that can be lost without affecting one's financial security or lifestyle, which should be used for trading, and those with sufficient risk capital should engage in trading, okay? Cool. There's no guarantee that any account will achieve profits or losses similar to those shown on my charts or to those in the chats. All right, team. So who am I, guys? My name is Cody. So I'm a prop trader with Duro Day Trading. I'm a mindset mentor. So I have my own, as Lockie mentioned, mindset mentoring program based around the art of trading. I'm a trading coach as well and an LTR moderator 1 day a week. Don't let the suit fool you, guys. It's my only nice photo. You'll understand why in a second. I'm a former physiotherapist. I used to in Australia. I now live in Bali. I've worked with elite athletes and sports teams, and I spent 5 years working with veterans and including former and current special forces military personnel. And I specialize in using exercise to treat physical and mental health issues. Essentially, this is what gives me the qualification in terms of working with the mindset of trading. It helps me build my own resilient mindset. I've been trading for 10 years, but only successfully for 2 years. I am more than happy to admit that it's taken me 8 years of learning to get to where I am. And I still make errors, but it's all about minimizing those errors. So I'm very much an open book, so you can ask any questions you want. I've had many setbacks and many lessons throughout my life and through my trading career. I found that by mastering my mindset, trading became a lot easier. All right. I take a holistic approach to everything in life. So reflection is always the key, which is why I always believe in the trading journal and look at the mindset of trading. I've hit rock bottom a few times. Like I said, I'm a very open book, and trading has started my self-development and mindset journey. So I'm very much in love with trading. All right, guys. So my motto is train, trade, travel. They're the three things I love. I currently live in Bali. I focus on the FDAX Euro session. I'm a CrossFit athlete and coach. I still am very active in the mental health space. I do some silly physical challenges, as some people know. I travel frequently. I'm building villas, so I keep myself quite busy. Trading coach with Duro, and I like to keep things simple. So by minimalizing my mind, I minimalize my life, and I've maximized my potential. And I want to help others do the same. And my favorite word is confluence, as some of you may know. You'll find out that if you haven't met me very, very shortly. So what we're going to focus on today is the three wows, so candlestick analysis, ratio, static versus dynamic, the ABC and the step. These are the three key pillars that we've built our strategy on. There's a lot more in between. I absolutely love Fibonacci, and you're going to see a lot of that. Efficiency of trading, reversals, that's my big favorite, which we'll talk you through, bias switch and trend continuations. All right, guys, as we always say, let the markets do the heavy lifting. So don't jump into a trade, let the trade come to you. How we trade, guys, is your screen is going to be set up in this order with FDAX, FES, S&P 500, and NASDAQ. We are trading these three. FESX is just a big, big guide, biggest market in the world. All right, guys, so we have a team of seasoned specialists that analyze the market. Just remember, team, profit comes first in the LTR. So we're all focusing on helping you guys reach your daily targets and getting anyone over their targets. They can get in and out and get on with the rest of their day or rest of their evening. Okay, and then education will come second. So if I ignore your question, please don't take offense. I'm just helping others hit their profit, and then I will get to your questions later on. Some of the traders have been working on this session for 9 years and know exactly what to trade. So you might hear some voices in the background. They won't necessarily wait for my call. They'll just jump in. So you might see some results in the chat and go like, how did they pick that up? You didn't call that. It's because they've been doing that a long time. We operated over a 90% strike rate. Okay, so our strategy is a little bit different. The reason we do that is we like to create that positive psychology. Okay, and it creates that discipline knowing that, okay, you don't have to jump into every single trade because you know 9 times out of 10 it's going to go right. So you're more than happy just to wait for the absolutely perfect setup, which I'm sure will come up later on in the session. The trades that we execute are featured on YouTube every day at Doro Day Trading. We do a small clip it and offer the trade of the day, and it captures our wins and losses but identifies the probably best trade of the day. So you can check that out on YouTube, guys, and social media platforms. All right, the best trade for you is the trade that makes the most sense to you, guys. So always stick to your trading plan. I will try and identify all signals that come across, but please, please, please only take the ones that align with your trading plan and your strategy. If you're an experienced trader, you're welcome to take any trades, as I discussed. I will seem to maximize the profit on every trade taken, but I'll always give you options to manage your risk, early exits if need be, or early risk management. Okay. The charts will be live, you'll see. Let's get onto the charts, team. All right, guys, looking at our top-down analysis. So if you have just joined us, guys, my name is Cody. I'll be taking you through the session for the next 90 minutes or so. So the daily volume's just over tick over 40,000. So I call that a slow to medium day. 50,000 for me is about a medium day. What do I mean by that? I'm talking about the volatility in the market. Generally, we have over 50,000 daily volume. We sort of look at that 8 to 10 trades mark. So we're in the 40,000s. You're probably looking closer to 8. When we get to 60, 70, 80,000 in daily volume, that's a very, very high volatile day. And I think we've had a couple early in the week. They're about 30,000. Not too much happening. Okay. So some traders will really like it when it's sort of that medium volume. It's not moving too quick. It's easier to manage stops and there's less risk. All right. So we've got US red flag news later tonight and Canadian red flag news. We haven't got too much during our session. It's actually around the turn of the hour, which we don't trade anyway. So that's absolutely perfect for us. We do have red flag European news at the end of the session and after our session. So what does that mean? Well, it doesn't really matter what we think it means because at the end of the day, we trade what we see, not what we think. However, I think we're going to get a really hot start. It's going to be fast and furious to kick off. Just be careful, pre-market traders. You have news coming out now. By the way, there is news in the pre-market. I think we're going to get a hot start and then it's going to fizzle out towards the end. So we've really got to watch that volume. All right, guys, the US markets look like they're consolidating. They've had some big, big moves, Big sell-off late last night, early this morning. So they're moving sideways. While the Euro markets look like they're in larger chart moves long, they're really starting to grind to that high side. All right, so as we do, guys, top-down analysis, let's start with the weekly on the NASDAQ. So how I mark my Fibonacci team, just drawing it down to catch them on the way up. All right, so that's how I've drawn that. It's hard to say. It looks like we're in weekly shorts. We've come down on a previous 50, all right, and looking to go. It could keep going back up, or it could start going sideways, which you'll see in a moment. Daily chart, I haven't really got much more for you to add. You could add a Fibonacci there. So that one previously honored the 76s really, really nicely. So you can see we're pushing back up into the 61.8 now. So that's how I've marked the daily fib. All right. So we break through that. It's probably going to rise up to the 76s. If we start falling, we could be looking to take out lower positions. As you can see, guys, we've got this nice little step going down. Okay, it's starting to run out of steam. So how have I drawn my 4-hour fib? I've drawn it here, drawn it down, catch them on the way up. You can see it failed at the previous 4-hour high. All right, it's on this 50 on the way back up, as you'll see in this 60-minute chart. 60-minute fib, guys, I've drawn from here down. Go to the 60-minute chart. There it is, 60-minute down to catch them on the way up. As you can see in the 60-minute chart, we're getting very, very sideways through this MDI, just a bit of consolidation. So it might mean that Fibonacci traders are going to have a field day here. We'll just have to wait and see. But definitely, if it starts pushing up, guys, your 60-minute 50 is looking good for a short. Your 4-hour 76s look good, and so does these 76s up here. All right, if we do fall to the downside, guys, you're just going to flip your Fibonacci down to catch them on the way up. Okay, you can see that 50 there has held them up nicely, and so is the 61.8. For now, I've drawn it down. I don't want to confuse too many people. All right, looking at the 15-minute chart. All right, still looking very sideways. Looks like we've tried to break out of this range, so we're just going to have to wait and see. I haven't got too many extensions on just yet for you, team. I don't want to muddle the charts up, but if you were going to put an extension on, this is your extension at the moment. As you can see, we're honoring that 100. If we push up, watch out for the 133.141. All right, S&P is looking very, very similar, guys. Weekly chart fib, easy to draw, down to catch them on the way up. It's failed at that 90 previously. Daily Fibonacci, I haven't got one for you. It's the same as the weekly. Your 4-hour fib, I've drawn down here, catch them on the way up. Just in case we do start failing up here again, it's failed at the 90, so it is honoring this one. All right. 60-minute Fibonacci, drawn down to catch them on the way up. Again, sideways movement. Like we said, if it does fall through, team, just a reminder, flip your Fibonacci around this way. Again, it's failed at the 50 and the 61.8 there. 15-minute chart, I haven't got too much for you because we are going sideways, so we'll wait for it to break out of that consolidation range. All right. If you are putting on an extension, so far, this is the best fitting one. It's failing at that 100. It might push up to the 133 later on. All right, team, we're going to look at FTAX over here quickly. Weekly Fibonacci. So I've drawn you down, catch them on the way up. Why? Because you've honored this 76 beautifully before. You've failed at that 90. Your daily fib is going to go here. And you'll see that how it's failed at that 90 really, really nicely. So if we move that one over to the daily chart. That wasn't it. Failed at the previous daily high as well. So I've actually put that one on there because I want to see where that previous daily high is. You can see it pushed up, failed it to almost the point and then sold back off. All right, there's a previous daily high there too that it might fail at, which is at now. All right, this might look confusing, but I told you my favorite word is confluence. All right, so let's have a look at this. This is your daily extension. So how did I draw that? I drew it on the daily chart here. There's your high and there's your low. Look where it has failed at to the point. So the previous daily high, you got the 1618. That's where it's pushed up and failed. All right. So confluence for me is when many Fibonacci or many points of potential resistance are overlapping. So you can see up here, we've got that 100%. So that's that previous daily high. We've got the 1618 overlapping. All right. So look out for potential reversals. If we do start coming short, team, you're going to draw your fib there. All right, look where it's failed. It's failed at that 50. Okay, if we come short, put that Fibonacci on. Looking at the 60-minute chart, and let's talk about confluence. Here's your 60-minute extension, A, B, C. I haven't put this on just because I wanted to keep the charts a bit cleaner for you guys. You can see that 141, very close to our daily high, very close to that other 1618. All right, we do have a larger extension as well down here, which is more of a 4-hour one, A, B, C. And again, look where it is all overlapping up at this level. So if we push up, team, up into this area, you're going to have 60-minute 76s around 986. You've got a 1618 at 989, and you've got a 133 at 991. And you've got your weekly 90 at 987. So if we push up into this area, guys, we're going to see a lot of resistance, and that's going to offer potential reversals. All right. 60-minute fib drawn down to catch them on the way up. All right. So this is the area I'm looking for potential reversals. Otherwise, higher up, you've got your R1, and then higher up again, up at this area here for FDAX traders. How are we doing for time? Still got 9 minutes flying through. All right, so I have a look at FESX now. Those traders who've just joined us, we don't trade the FESX market itself. We use this as a guide to see what the rest of Europe doing because we are in the European session. Generally, when Europe wants to dictate a move, it can drag the other markets with it. All right, so looking at your weekly chart, and again, confluence, it's absolutely beautiful on this. Drawing it down to catch them on the way up. You've got weekly 76s here. That's those pink lines. This is my daily fib. Look where they are, overlapping with the weekly. Just there. All right. Your 4-hour one comes down. And you've got your 90 just up a bit higher. So we'll go down to the other charts, make it a bit easier. I'll draw this on again so you guys can see it. All right. The weekly one hasn't moved over for some reason. Why haven't you moved over? Okay. Let me move this onto all charts. There we are. There you can see it overlapping. We had a nice 4-hour Fibonacci here. Extension. Look at this, team. I haven't even had to massage these numbers. So looking in here, did I just delete that? No. 141. You can say yesterday, you can see the 133, it failed out there. The 141, it's failed at it previously. So we know they're playing this Fibonacci extension. Look where the 1618 is hiding. So the 1618 is up here. It's overlapping with the weekly 78, the weekly 76, and the daily 78.6. Yeah, no worries, Ash. We're just talking about some people saying, can you leave your camera on? And now we want the camera off. That's all right. Let me do that for you, buddy. How's that? Just checking that camera's off now. Awesome. All right, team. Now, looking at the 60-minute chart. Sorry, 4-hour. We've covered that 60-minute chart. DMZ. Yeah, I know why. Not pretty enough for the camera. Face for radio. Hey, DMZ. All right, 60-minute chart. You're drawing it down to catch them on the way up. Look where your 60-minute 76s are hiding, just above this level as well. Your 60-minute high is sitting up here. So if FESX gets up around 993, guys, you've got lots of points of resistance. So watch out. If FESX fails here, it's going to send the mark. You're going to see a rejection in all markets. Okay. Beautiful. All right, team. I'll just get on to some mics. So I'll just do some mics. And then I think I saw some questions come in the chat, so I can get to them. I always forget.
Okay, everyone.
Yeah, mate.
Hi, mate. How are you? Hi, everyone.
Yeah, mate. Awesome. So these voices in the background, guys, these are traders who's been with us before. As you can see, with so many charts up, so many different time frames, they can offer whisper in my ear in case I miss something. At the end of the day, my job is to help you guys, and I don't want to miss anything. So in saying that, team, Lockie and I, very, very similar goals and motives. We trade the same market. We call the same trades. We just have slightly different styles in doing it. Some prefer his, some prefer mine. It's old school, new school. But it's also great to be able to see how both of us work. Lockie's got a wealth of experience. He was my mentor. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun learning. I'm very, very excited to be here. Now, team, just a reminder, please, please, please stick to your trading plan. I will do my best to identify every trade that I can see, okay? But it's up to you to pull the trigger, all right? If it's not part of your trading plan, then don't take the trade, even if other people are, all right? So what I mean by that, if I call a static bar reversal off of Fibonacci, or I call a trade off of Fibonacci, but you don't trade off Fibonacci, you only trade off pivots, then please don't take the trade. Or if you really must take the trade, just take it in sim. All right, if you want to practice it. That goes with the opening candle too, guys. So the opening candle, we generally focus on FDAX, okay, because that's the one that's been tried and tested and is more, I guess, more fun on the opening candle in the European market. All right, there are some NASDAQ traders who do trade the opening candle and some S&P traders, but we focus on the opening candle on FDAX. Now, the opening candle probably runs at just over 80% success rate. So it's probably our lowest performing trade. However, it's one that can go a long way very quickly, which means it can go a long way positive or a long way negative. Some people have mastered the art of opening candle trading and some are still learning. So if you don't trade the opening candle, guys, you're going to sit on your hands for the first 5 minutes. If you can't do that, then switch yourself to sim and just practice it. All right. If you've got any questions, please send them through. Just a reminder, we focus on profit first and education second. So if I ignore your question, it's not because I've ignored you. It's just because I'm probably guiding someone through a trade or announcing what trades are coming up for the rest of the students. All right. Wes, hey mate, good question, mate. So Wes's question, double touch reversal is a failure at a known level against this. If it closes above the pivot and come down to make a double touch failure, can you still trade this? Wes, if it's part of your trading plan, yes. The thing is if you're trading back into a pivot, you know that it's got to go through a resistance area. However, some people will take it in sympathy if both US markets have the same trade. All right. So my rule is once it closes over the pivot, I won't take it. That is my rule because that's what I've tried and tested. So I've just done the stats that I've done have run off a certain criteria and they run at a very, very, very high percentage. So I can't tell you what percentage they are if I took it once it closed over the pivot. So I hope that answers your question. All right, coming into the opening candle, guys, what are we looking for? So FDAX trade is your pre-market box is okay to trade. Okay, you've got a 61.8 there. Just above it, and you got the 76 at 750. All right, so FDAX pushing up. What you want is you want it to go climactic first. Go wait for the first minute, 76s, then you can go short at 37. Please wait for climactic first and the first minute. NASDAQ, you're very sideways, so I'm just not going to take anything on you. S&P, you've closed below that pivot, so I can't send you long off the pivot. What you're looking for is if you're a dynamic trader, you can look, oh, that is low today. Come down, you can look at to take it off the 76s. Nazi traders. Pre-market top, that's probably going to be a better spot for you. Come down pre-market top and 76s. If you can get that, you can go long at 62.75. FDAX, you're climactic now. You're almost through your first minute. I'd really love it to touch these 76s. And then going short, just to confirm failure. Nazi volume, you're pretty low coming in. All right, Dax, so you're pretty close there. So you got the high above the pre-market box if you like that. You've now tagged the 76s. So if you are an opening candle trader, you can put your order at 37 or 38, depending on your rule set. FESX, what are you doing? You're failing previous 50. So I called you 76s. That's the 60-minute 50 on FDAX. S&P, you haven't triggered. NASDAQ, you haven't triggered. FSX, what are you burning volume at? You're 50, probably got a little 76 there as well. Yeah. Yeah, thanks, Lockie. I've got it there. I've got a 60-minute one. Pre-market box up here. All right, last 90 seconds, team. So we don't take any new trades in the last 90 seconds. You just manage current positions if you're in any. So looking into the next candle, NASDAQ, you're very, very sideways. I'm really not loving your price action at the moment. I haven't got much for you. Okay. So we're not going to force anything because if you're a 76 reversal trader, you're pushing straight back into the top of the MDI, which I just don't love. Your volume for an opening candle volume, you haven't even passed 300. That's really not good. So NASDAQ, you have no trades coming up. Okay. Only if you get pushed down to the pre-market top, lower low, you can look to go long at 63. Just keep in mind, you got the bottom of the MDI at 68. All right. ES, I don't like your price movement either. So reversal off this pivot, you're going through the middle of the MDI. If you're going off the 76s, you're going back into a pivot. So unfortunately, I don't have any new trades for ES. FDAX traders, what you're looking for. What you're looking for, two options. You've got the pre-market box reversal, which some traders are already in. You were through fives if you did take that, guys. So what you're looking for, higher high, you can go short again at 38 or 37, depending on your trading plan. All right. Otherwise, if you're double failure reversal, please let it push through into these Fibonacci here. And then again, your short is at 38 or 37, depending on what style of trader you are. If you took the pre-market box reversal, FDAX traders, You have gone through your 5s. So your entry was 37 or 38, depending on your trading plan, and it's hit 36s. So well done, pre-market box traders. Sorry, Sina, I only just saw your question. There's no entry for NASDAQ on the opening candle. What we were looking for was if it did get through the pre-market box, the entry is at 63, which is still the current trade available on this candle. So I hope everyone's clear. Yep, some trades coming off FDAX. Well done, guys. All right, so you've pushed into this Fibonacci again. So your entry's at 37. Your 50 of the day is now at 32. So 4 points is going to be safer. Otherwise, if your entry is at 38, you can go for the 5. Everyone knows I prefer higher highs. So those new to the trading room, guys, when we get the higher high, so this is a pivot here. It's pushed up. It's failed at this pivot. We can see that it's rejected, closed underneath. When we get a higher high and it fails again, that runs at a very, very high success rate. I don't want to say 100%, but let's say it's above 95%. All right. I've tried and tested that over many years of data in back testing. All right. If it doesn't get the higher high, so say if it fails here and then comes through, it still runs at a very high percentage. I just can't give you the exact number because I haven't tried and tested that. All right. But it still runs at a very high success rate. I'd probably say close to 90%. But as you know, guys know, or you don't know, I hate losing. I'm a terrible, terrible loser. So I need trades that run at a very high percentage. So I'm actually more than happy to not take a trade for the day and just wait for my perfect setup because I know the success rate. Thanks, Lockie. It looks like you've handed me a dud last day of the week. NASDAQ volume is very, very low, guys. So I'd say probably under 400, but definitely under 300 is extremely low for NASDAQ. On FDAX, guys, if we get under 300, so far we're still good. We sort of turn off the NASDAQ. S&P, yeah, S&P, your volume's still okay. You're just not giving us great price action at the moment. All right, team, if you've got any questions, just send them through. More than happy to answer them when I can. So FDAX traders, I think you went 4s so far. Did say 4 is going to be a safer target of this trade because of the 50%. So 4, if it goes 4 again, guys, risk management, please, if you haven't already. I did say 4 is going to be a safer target than 5 because of the 50% fib. Last 90 seconds, so no new trades are to be entered. What are we looking for? You're just managing current positions. What we're looking for in the next candle, FDAX, if you close below this pre-market top, okay, we got a static bar reversal. We can't take it because we're assuming a close over the pivot. You're looking for another higher high. Then you can go short again at 38 or 37. Depends on if you take 1 or 2 points under the pivot. FESX is struggling at its pivot. FDAX, that went 4 again from a 38 entry. If this closes over the pivot, then that trade is off. NASDAQ, I don't have anything for you. You're looking very messy. Well, my numbers are messy. I'm scared to refresh this in case it freezes. Sorry, team. These numbers are a little bit smudged. NASDAQ. All right. So your trade. If we do come down again, it's the same thing. Push through the pre-market top. You're going to wait for it to fail. Then you're going to go long at 63. Remember, your MDI is 5 points away. So 20 ticks, almost 20 ticks. Your TGT is 40, but I would use 10 ticks as either your first target or risk control management. Okay, Keith, it must just be my screen then. That's good. So I'll repeat that, NASDAQ traders. Your TGT is now 32. All right. So please, 10 tick targets or 10 tick risk control point. S&P. There is a 76 failure there. However, you're going straight back into the top of the MDI and a pivot. So I cannot give you that trade, okay? Because your entry would be 21.25, 21.25. And you've got 1 point to the MDI, 2 points to the pivot. So unfortunately, I cannot give you that trade. If we do come down lower, there might be a larger 76 here that's playing with. Just there, again, entry would be 21. But you've got the same things in the way. All right, so your safer option, S&P traders, your safer option here is waiting for these pivots down here. All right, I'll put a little zone on there for you guys. I want you to wait for this area. Okay. NASDAQ traders, you've got the lower low. You've punched through that box. Entries at 62.75. It went through 10s. 10 was a risk control. Please, 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 risk control at 10. It's gone through 10s again. Went through 12. All right, risk control, NASDAQ, please. 62.75 was your entry. You're locking in 10s or you're moving your stop into break even. Please, please, please. I hope I've been clear enough. FDAX, yes, you paid. Well done, guys. If you did get that double touch reversal on the previous candle, it has paid you 5s. This is why I was cautious about the 50%, guys. You can see it's come down, touched that, and rejected. So I hope you managed that risk. I was very clear on that. I said 4-point targets, the safest 5 points risk control. Well done, Matthew. Scott, Andrew, well done, guys. Craig. Well done, everyone. So I'm a bit wary. I'm just going to clean up these charts a little bit. So FESX is starting to cruise above its pivots. G'day, Bob. Nice to have you in the room, mate. Well done, Kay. Cena, too quick. That's right. To the next one. All right. Coming in the last 90 seconds, so no new trades to be taken, just managing current positions. All right. NASDAQ, you're going to get a static bar reversal off a pivot. I can't send you long because you're back through the middle of the MDI. If you don't care about the MDI, so remember, stick to your trading plan. You're going to look for a retrace rejection, and your entry is going to be at 470.5. So 470.50. Okay. There's caveats on that. All right. The safer trade and less risk is you're going to wait for the lower low and you're going to go long again at 63. Okay. So lower low, 63. Some of you will just wait for the matched low and then go again. Why did it fail there? Because we've got a pivot. We've also got Fibonacci sitting there as well. So the tick, beautiful.
IGS under the
S&P.
pivot.
Sorry?
I said S&P is under the pivot, mate.
Yes. So S&P, again, I'm not liking your price action at the moment. If you just be too tight to the bottom of the MDI into the pivot, okay? But if you ignore that, your lower low, your entry is at 20.75. As Ahmed just said, S&P is closed on and gap under the pivot for some FDAX traders. That's going to keep you out of the trade. Remember, this SBR is back into the middle of the MDI, so that for me personally, that keeps me out of the trade, but everyone has different trading plans. FDAX, you've closed above your pivot. You've closed above your pivot. So we cannot take that short again. Sorry, my numbers are messed up on my screen. So there's no trades long, there's no trades short on FDAX. Your FESX closed above its pivot too. We might be starting to grind to the high side. Looking at the volume, FDAX is 350, so it's getting close to that cutoff point. NASDAQ, sorry guys, catching up on the trap. NASDAQ, your SBR is triggered. Please, please, please keep in mind 10 ticks. So you're through 10s now. You're into the middle of the MDI. So middle of the MDI can offer quite a bit of resistance. It might make me look like a fool today and just rocket through anyway. But I just want to be clear, 10 ticks is your risk control point or your first target, okay? Yeah, that's good, Cole. I personally wouldn't have taken it either because it was back into the MDI. Oh, Mike. It could be. Try without your earbuds, and if the sound comes through your laptop, then you know it's your earbuds. If the sound doesn't come through the laptop, then you know it's the Zoom settings. Now, as you traders, you're well and truly through profit. So some traders would have gotten that because I know they just look for static bar reversals, retrace rejection, and go. A lot of traders would have stayed out because of the middle of the MDI and because S&P closed underneath the pivot. Either way, well done. Because if you stuck to your trading plan, that's a good job. Doesn't matter if you win, lost, or drew. If you stuck to your plan, then it was a good trade. Yeah, Cole, exactly. That's exactly what I would have done as well. So well done. No worries, Mike. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, you can sort it out, buddy. Mark. Walter. Well done, Ken. Awesome work, mate. Great trade. Okay. All right, team. Last 90 seconds. We aren't taking any new trades. There's going to be some NASDAQ traders licking their lips right now because they're going to be looking at this 90% here. Oh, it's stuck behind these messages. I'll move it down. Well, they're going to be looking at the previous highs. So you can look at all this failure up at NASDAQ, okay? So some of you are going to be looking for reversals off here. I wouldn't take it now. This candle's got quite a lot of attitude. So you know what, guys? Unless it fails dramatically right now, I don't think you should be taking shorts, even as a double touch reversal. Could be an efficient candle long. If it is, your risk is going to be too much for a lot of you. It's going to be over 100 ticks. All right. If you're able to carry that risk, you need it to close outside this range. It's an efficient candle long. You're going to go long at 91.50, but there is a lot of risk. Okay. So only if you can hold that risk. Personally, I think if we close under these Fibonacci here, the long is less enticing. S&P, exact same caveats for you. Yes, you have an efficient candle long. Your entry would be at 25.75. Your risk is probably going to be too much for a lot of you. 16, 20. Okay. It's failed at the previous highs. All right. If this pushed up here, S&P, it'd be a lot stronger. Same with NASDAQ, matched high. Some of you are short. I didn't give you a price on that. I was too slow. So my apologies. Some of you, like I said, will be licking their lips waiting for the failure at this high. My apologies, team. I did not give you a price on that. FDAX, you have a static bar reversal, but it's a public pivot, so I cannot send you short. I cannot send you long. Big charts swing long. Yeah. I'm just not trusting the longs. Look, just because of all the failure we've had up here. Oh, well done, Sally. And it depends on your settings and on your internet. Your internet speed. Yep, no problem, Craig. So so the good question. So Craig has asked why the SBR on FDAX is not valid. So this is the SBR, all right, static bar reversal. Because what it's done, Craig, is it's closed above this pivot. So this is your pivot here. It needs to have closed underneath the pivot. Reason being is we're assuming that's going to push down through a pivot. So your entry is underneath that. So one, it's actually got to push through a pivot just to pick it up. But two, there's no guarantee it's actually going to be able to push through that pivot. All right. So it's already failed there before, and now it looks like it's pushing through it. Does that make sense, mate? Yep, too easy. Good. Well done. Great trade. All right, I'm just going to check larger charts in case there is other Fibonacci or anything else I have missed. That was one I had on before, but I took it off just to keep it clean. Yes, mate.
Mate, yes, 30-minute chart extension, ABC changing the trend.
Okie dokie. You've got that one there. 30. So you're looking at this one.
Yes.
All right, 100 extension. Could be that. I think that's the one we had on at the open. We just took it off to keep it tidy. This here as well. All right.
Thank you as well, mate. 30-minute chart.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same.
Same
It's
draw.
the 100. Yeah, so it's struggling to break through these. You can just see this line across here. All right, so coming into the next candle, FDAX, you're failing to push up. Look at your volume. Your volume's under 300, so no trades on FDAX. NQ, that is an ugly static bar reversal, but it is there. You're going back through the middle of the MDI. Do I love it? No. Some of you ratio-based traders want the retrace first and the rejection. only if you don't care about the MDI, and your short is at 75.25. 75 even, sorry. S&P, same with you. You have an SBR. It's not off anything except 100 extension, and it's back into the top of the NDI. If you do take that trade, your entry is at 23.75. Personally, going through the middle or through the top of the MDI, I do not like. But there are some traders out there who don't really worry too much about the MDI. As soon as they see a static bar, they take it. I hope that's clear for everyone. So potentially why the volume is so low at the moment across the markets. We have European news coming out around the hour. Well, oh, I turned TradeAvate on. Then it went stop field and scared the absolute crap out of me. Oh, I thought I'd had a trade on the background. That scared me. All good. I didn't. Okay. So we've got news coming out on the hour, which is European news. We've got pound news, so GBP news at past the new hour. And then we've got red flag European news in about 90 minutes time. So that could be causing the markets to go a little bit slower. We've also got red flag news tonight across Canada and the US. So sometimes when we have Craig, just remember, mate, English swearing is, I'm saying it in Indonesian. It means different in Indonesian. So what Craig is referring to is one time I let a naughty word go by accident. But hey, it's me. I'm not going to hide who I am. All right, Daxy, what game are you playing? You like that? No.
Actually was stuck at a micro 76 there for a couple of candles. Run down.
Thank you, mates. Yep, beautiful. Yep, I've got on my 15. I just never brought it over. Is that the one you're talking about, mate?
Yep.
Perfect. Bring that over so everyone can see. There we are. Yeah, we see that come across. Beautiful. Well picked up, mate. There's an extension there too. Coming up. It looks like another one. So no trades have been picked up, nor should have they been.
Also got a 15-minute extension there, codes.
Yeah, I'll just bring that on
858.
now. Let's see if it's the same as yours. 858. Yeah, 133.
That's the one, mate.
Yeah. Yep. Beautiful. Yep. Beautiful. So I can quickly show you that, guys, because we haven't got any trades coming up. FDAX, your volume's going to be too low. All right. So your volume's probably going to be under 300, which for me, no trades. If you don't care about volume, you're going to get an efficient candle long by the looks of it. Okay. You have got the 133 and the 60-minute 1618 in the road. So your entry would be at 57 and 59. You've already got resistance. So I can't send you long on that trade purely because of volume. Secondly, because potential resistance here. It might get over 300. Nazi traders, you're probably going to have the same issue as before. All right. So if it fails underneath this 100, the longs are off. If it pushes over, I'd love for it to get over these highs as well. Then you can look to go long at 93. Your risk, just be careful. What's your risk? Your risk is nearly 70 ticks, so that's going to rule a lot of traders out. Okay.
Like they
So
also
risk is
saw the
too much
ABC
for
long.
most traders. Risk is too much for most traders. If you can handle the risk, there is an efficient candle long at 93. I'm very cautious because we haven't broken through these highs just yet. ES, I was too slow. Why aren't you playing the game? Okay, my ES chart isn't working. Okay, now it's gone too far. All right, ES. So you had an efficient candle long. However, you got the 4-hour 61.8 there. Retrace rejection, you didn't get the retrace. Your entry would have been long, it's 27. I prefer retrace and rejection. 64-hour 61.8 would have kept a lot of traders out. I was slow to give you that price. Didn't love it. Nazi traders. What's happened with you? So look like NASDAQ went 19 ticks. So it's 10 tick risk control. Even though your TGT is giving you permission to go for 20s, I'd still use 10 ticks as a risk control at the moment, purely just based off the price movement, price action we've had today. Oh, right. So Craig, the purple fibs is my 15-minute fibs. Oh, Mark, you can ignore those gold fibs. So I've been testing a theory out. I don't use it. I don't really share it because until something is proven, then I'm not going to share it with other people. We'll confidently share it. But I was testing out to say if the Fibonacci breaks, it can often fail at the 133, 141 the other way. I'm still in testing mode of that. Yeah. So I'm not using them. Yep, so ABC long, 15-minute chart, could be signaling the long. This is why we're going to the high side now. Pick up on all charts. Craig, who was it? Answer. Yeah, so I'll show you the 15-minute chart. It's getting a bit messy now, isn't it? Oops. So there's a 15-minute chart there, drawn down. So that's your 15-minute fib there. There to catch them on the way up. There's your 15-minute Fibonacci extension. All right, last 90 seconds. No new orders are to be placed. FDAX, your volume is high enough. I'm trying to see if I actually like anything for you guys. If you're a 133 reversal trader, if we close underneath higher high, you can go short at 59. Only if you trade off 133 extensions. There's a 141 here too. We got a minute, so we'll just wait and see how it closes. It's not my favorite. Everyone knows I like trading off pivots. NQ, you are climactic. You aren't going to be very efficient. So I can't send you long because I just don't like your efficiency long. And there's an extension. Yeah.
There's an extension, new extension on NQ 30-minute chart.
Okay. You got that one there. There's one here too. Is that the one you've
My
got?
one
Have
is
you gone?
the last one. The last one. The last swing. Yeah.
All right, we'll put that on and see. S&P, you're going to have a similar one. Draw yours on here. Oh, S&P's been so low. There. FDAX, yes. So you've closed under the 133 if that is your trade. Not many people take these sort of trade, okay? You've got match ties, not a high. Your entry would be at 59 or 58, depending if you go 1 or 2 points underneath the brick wall or the resistance point, okay? So only if that is part of your trading plan, all right? Thank you. I said before, I don't like this long. We are climactic and it's not very efficient. It's not efficient. Okay, so I'm not going to send you long on that candle. Okay, it does look like we're going to grind to the high side. You've got S&P going into 1618. S&P traders, if you reverse off that 1618, you can. I prefer it to push through and fail, but some might like the single touch and the entry at 29.50 or 29.25, depending on if you take 1 or 2 underneath the resistance point. I was a little slow to give you that entry price, but it's still there. I prefer if it pushes through and makes the higher high. Okay. So we haven't had too much for the junior traders. We haven't had too many clean trades today at all. We've had a lot of what we call dynamic trades, which do carry a lot more risk in terms of lower percentage strike rate, but they do work. Everyone has a different trading style. I don't take a lot of these trades. But like I said, I'm just identifying them for every different style of trader that is out there. I'm trying to give the pros and cons of each setup. NASDAQ, you're into those extensions now, if that is your trade. For me, the price action isn't very clean today, so I'm just very, very wary. I know I talked you out of the long. There was a delta there. I just don't like longs off climactic candles, and it needs to be much more efficient than that to go long. Some NASDAQ traders will be looking to go short off this 141 at 12 even, or off the 133 at 08.75. DAXi traders, we are pushing to the high side. DAXi traders, there is going to be some resistance at 76. You got a 1618 and you got the previous 15-minute high sitting there.
Codes, if you move the 15-minute extension on DAX just up to the next stair step, next ABC.
Okay.
I mean,
Yep.
it's a little bit dirty, but actually it's lining up at the 50, 76, and it's just bumping into the 100. And the 133 is up at the 76. So
perfect. Beautiful.
that might be a bit of a confluence up there.
Yeah, mate. Yeah, there's
So,
definitely 2 there, so we'll just
yeah, there is
wait and
2.
see.
Yep, no doubt. No doubt.
So what I'll do is I'll put the other one on, and if it blows through that, then we go to your one next, because then we're going to the high side. A good pickup. Right. NQ is into that. It's going through its 50. Just checking. I don't think there's been anything come out because something's definitely, yeah, blown straight through.
There is a 100 extension 60-minute chart as well. Above the 50 retracement.
He's got that 1618, a previous one. So it's on at that potentially. Well, it's closed over it. We might play that game. Wait and see. Daxi, I think the risk is going to keep a lot of you out. 57. Yeah. Oh, 16 ticks at risk. Retrace rejection. There is a long there at 73. I'm expecting resistance around 76. So I'd just be careful taking that, guys. Yes, correct, Carl. So in the last 15 minutes, mate, we don't on FDAX, we don't take trades. So that'll fall into that time slot. But yeah, so 5 minutes to the hour, there's German news. And even though it's yellow flag, German news can upset the market, like you said, regardless of what color it is. And then 4 o'clock, we've got it's yellow flag, but it's Italian monthly unemployment. So those candles we probably won't trade anyway, but thank you. So S&P, there is a efficient candle long, but it's only 1 times efficient. I don't like 1 times efficient. I want it to be at least 2 to 3. If you do like 1 times efficient, you got the retrace rejection. Your entry is going to be at 31.75. Okay. No worries, Anna. Have a great weekend. Yes, whereas I wouldn't take that as an individual trade, but that's me personally. Deltas, I only take with the trend. Sorry, when it's going with the market. But it is a good indicator that we are potentially going short. Or eventually turning. FDAX traders, this is exactly why I didn't send you long. Look at this. It's honored that Fibonacci, 1618, and the previous high to the point, and has gone short. So I know a couple of traders who have just picked up 5s on that, so well done. But once again, our rules kept us out of a trade there. We wouldn't have lost yet, but would be nervous because it went 3 points into profit and has turned pretty hard. All right, coming in the last 90 seconds, no new trades. We'll be in the last 15 minutes. So a lot of traders go grab a drink of water, take a little break, refresh the mind, refresh the eyes. We eliminate a lot of losing trades by not trading in the last 15 minutes of the hour. That's definitely more a Eurocentric rule. So FDAX traders, we won't be calling any trades. The only trade exception is a static bar reversal off a pivot. And even then, I would only personally take it if it's on both European markets. Okay, we're getting a static bar reversal, but it's off a Fibonacci extension, so I cannot call you into that trade. Okay, guys, because we are on the last side of the last 15 minutes. All right, some US traders abide by those rules as well. I can't send you long because we're burning too much volume. S&P, you're going to be a 1 times efficient. Oh, my S&P chart's very slow today. You're only going to be 1 times efficient S&P. I'm just going to refresh my charts. Because All right. Where's my music gone? All right, I'm just going to refresh my charts in the background. Fingers crossed. Nothing freezes. I'll do one at a time. Oh, that's better. So yes, there is an SBR and FDAX, but like I said, last 15 minutes, I can't call you short. I think we might be running out of steam. We'll just have to wait and see. Nazi, I'm going to refresh your chart. Please don't freeze. I got told the numbers are clear on your end, but on my screens, they aren't clear. Imagine that's the one you're talking about. Ken, you talking about this -3 one? What are you talking about, like these four, 154-minute climactic? Interesting. Ken, so you're talking about like this -3 one or, oh, okay, yeah. Yes, that's what I was doing. See, I knew they were wrong. Someone said they were clear on your screens. I was like, oh, well, they're not clear on mine. I was too scared to do it in case everything froze. Oh, that is sensational. Now we're cooking. Oh, I feel like a new trader. Yeah. Unreal. Yeah, so I'm still adjusting to the new indicators, Keith. So I'm not going to call them for you, just until I've personally tried to test them and have a deeper understanding. I have been doing some work with them in the background, but until I'm extremely confident in saying taking the trade for myself, I'm not going to suggest the trade for you guys. I hope that's fair enough. Lockie's done a bit more work with them than me. I mean, he helped write the algorithm. So he will definitely call them when he moderates. I find it hard personally to actually call the delta signals when I'm moderating, just because I never trade them personally. And there's also so many other things to look at. So yeah, FDAX. I think it just shows how well our Fibonacci's worked. I mean, I hope that you recorded this. I told you guys, don't go long on this candle because I think we're going to get some resistance here at 76. It's literally failed at 76 to the point, pushed down. Some traders have gotten fives. It's made the higher high. So all the traders, remember when we talk about a double touch reversal, I said, when you get the double touch reversal, it's a more powerful signal. And generally can go a lot further. This is exactly the setup. So it failed, closed underneath. We've got the higher high, and you can pick that trade up again and go short. Absolutely beautiful trade. Why didn't I call it? Because we're inside the last 15 minutes, which would be breaking our rules. Fortunately, our rules kept us out of this trade. So we saved ourselves a loss. So if we took this trade long, we would have lost about 20 points. If we took this trade short, we probably would have gained it all back. So Yes, blessing and a curse sometimes, but I think what we can, yeah, Andrew, yeah, I think what we can clearly see though is our algorithm works absolutely beautifully. We said no. We said no because we were into this point of resistance. It's failed at it perfectly. Only because of a timing issue did we not take a textbook as static bar reversal. Only because of a timing issue did we not take a double touch reversal. But both signals that both run in the very high 90 percentile have paid and paid very well. Unfortunately, it was in the last 15 minutes, which it's not the most favorite rule, but it does save us sometimes. So it's unfortunate, but yeah, is what it is. I just think it's really, really cool to see our Fibonacci was bang on and our rules, one, kept us out of a trade, and two, it actually identified two winners. So really, really cool to see. Nazi traders, that's an ugly SBR. I'm not going to send you short when we've got news coming out in 3.5 minutes time. Okay, same with you, S&P. If you've got any questions, guys, send them through. Now's a good chance because we're not going to take a trade for the next 7 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, whatever it is. Send through any questions, or if you want me to go over something, I can. Yeah, exactly, Cole. Like I said, I'm a bad sore loser. So I'd rather miss a setup than take a trade I shouldn't be in. But I think it's just really nice to see that all three rules have worked. Well done, Emma. Have a great weekend. KPI met. That's what I love to hear. Awesome. Right, just gonna whack the camera on, just so you guys know I'm still here. I think we want to get some stuff for social media, of course. So my head's going to be on your screen. You know, you can actually move my head out of the way. Some of you might want to make it bigger. Some of you might want to make it disappear. I'll leave that up to you. Thanks, Andy. Have a great weekend. See you next week for sure. All right, team. So last 5 minutes, we do not take any trades under any circumstances. We nicknamed this candle the Widowmaker. This is the one that tends to trap a lot of people. Coincidentally, we've also got news coming out in 5 seconds, German news, which will impact particularly the FDAX. It's only yellow flag, so probably not too much, but being German news, you just never know. The last 5 minutes, the candle can react quite differently to how we expect. So that's why we typically just stay away altogether. Right on the hour, guys, we have news coming out as well. We've got Italian monthly unemployment. It is yellow flag. and it is Italian. No offense to the Italians. It just does not affect the market as much, particularly as much as the Germans, which hasn't had much of an impact just yet. You can see towards the end of the hour, particularly the last 15 minutes, guys, the volume significantly drops on FDAX. So you can see these last few, it's been sloping down. Okay, that's also why we don't trade the last 15 minutes. The volume disappears out of the market, which means when our algorithms are tested, tried and tested on over 300 volume, they become less valid. The algorithm isn't as valid and it doesn't move as well as we'd like. All right. NASI and S&P traders, you also don't trade the last 5 minutes at the hour. It's a global rule across all markets. Often on the hour, it can potentially turn. We do see the markets turn, which could be what's setting up here. We've got ugly SBRs. We've got very small ratio candles. We're failing potentially at extensions on the American markets. Looks like it might want to turn after potentially breaking out of this range. FDAX clearly static bar reversal here. That is a 4-point turning bar short that never triggered. So we could be resetting this SBR short and potentially going down. FESX has the same trades setting up. So we're just going to wait and see what happens with this news. We could get a news-driven candle that rockets down. If we do push up to the high side, FDAX, you're going to have a lot of resistance around this level, which we identified in the pre-market. You've got the weekly 90, you've got the 60-minute 76s, and you've got the 1618 extension, another 1618 extension from a larger time frame. If we push through there, guys, you're going to have the R1 here, 19,000, nice round number. So I'm definitely expecting some resistance there. That might coincide with FESX pushing up into this area. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 points of resistance, as well as yesterday's high, call that 5 points of resistance sitting up here. So if FESX pushes up into this zone, it's going to cause FDAX to react regardless of if it's at its pivot. If they both coincide with each other, so what I mean by that, FDAX pushes up to its R1 or up into this area, which is yesterday's high, and FESX pushes into this zone at the same time, look to see a big rejection. Cena, it just depends. Yes, they can. Yeah, they definitely can. Yep. It's probably more the timing. It's probably more the timing of the day and if it's red flag news. So red flag news will affect any market. And especially if it's during the US session, any red flag news, any news will affect the market there. Any red flag news will affect our market. It doesn't necessarily matter which country it's from. But if it's yellow flag and say yellow flag, Japanese or British would affect our market in the euro and a little bit in the US session, but Japanese during our session, not as much if it's yellow flag. Hope that answers your question. All right, so we're going to leave this candle too. It's the turn of the hour, guys, but we've got news coming out. All right. If you don't care about that, the higher high, you've got another static bar reversal short on FDAX, but your volume is too low. You would have an entry at 65, but your volume's too low at the moment. There's news coming out on the hour. Okay, so I hope that's clear. I think that'll keep most people out. Some people ignore all that and just see static bar reversal, aim, go. So if that is you, you're a bit of a cowboy, your entry's at 65. NASDAQ, I don't love it. Look, if you are a 76 pip trader, only if you are high, short at 32 even. Only if you're a 76 pip trader. If you're an SBR trader, just based off ratios, regardless, your entry is going to be at 21 for 10s. 10 tick risk control. There is news coming out. Okay, there is news coming out right now. So a lot of people don't trade news. Keep that in mind. S&P, sorry, you're back into the top of a. I don't love your short. Back into that sort of area of resistance, previous high, and extensions. News coming out. I hope I've told you that there's news coming out. All right. There is an SBR at 31 short for fours on S&P. There's no doubt about that is an SBR short. With great ratios, I just don't love it. Okay. So the news is going to keep most traders out. The turn of the hour is going to keep most traders out. The fact that they aren't super clean, beautiful textbook trades is going to keep a lot of traders out.
Right, there is an extension on 60-minute chart starts from 11
Yes.
o'clock NQ.
So that dotted one there, that's a 60-minute 50 and the 100 extension. 60-minute 100 extension.
No, but I mean NQ.
Don't like it. Nazi SBR, you've paid your tens. If you did take it, we didn't love it. All right, turn the camera off. All right, just going to check larger charts. Well done, Cole. So there you go. German news and Italian news was both positive, yet the market's selling. This is why we don't trade news. You just never know. And like we said, often on the hour, the market turns. Not always, but it's always a chance. If it's going to turn, it's more often than not on the hour. FDAX volumes disappeared, so it looks like we might not be getting any more trades on FDAX. I will still identify signals, but most FDAX traders have the rule that if it drops below 300 on the volume, they do not trade. Yes, NASDAQ has a nice SBR short. If it can trigger. Might be pushing back to this level. We've finally broken out of this range. Could now be using this as support. Just gonna have to wait and see. This 15-minute short's gonna trigger. All right, Nazi traders, why have my numbers gone like that again? On my screen anyway. Nazi traders, I think if you can get below this 50 and this 100 extension, you're going to have an efficient candle short. Lost the numbers on my screen, so someone else can confirm. So it has to close both below both of these for me. Okay, just so I know that we're out of that potential area of resistance. Your entry is 2 ticks outside, so 1050. Okay, S&P, you've got an SBR. This area seems to be acting as a bit of resistance for S&P. I'd just be careful about that, guys. However, it's not a known resistance area, so there definitely is a short. Still under that SBR at 31, or if you want to take the safer entry, it's at 30.25. Okay. FDAX traders, your volume, like I said, your volume's going to keep most traders out. If you don't care about volume, you have a short at 65. You've got a high entry here at 67 off the previous static bar reversal. Or if you get the higher high, there's the short there at 73. Personally, I don't take trades once the volume's dropped below 300. And I think most traders are the same. Well done. You've taken the SBR reset, Keith. Well done. Yeah, it might do, Mark. It might do. I'm just wary about this area. So this is the 50, 60-minute 50. It was drawn down to catch them on the way up. And this is the 100 extension as well. But this 50, it seems to be holding them up. You can see it's pushed in, bounced off. It's failed there 1, 2, 3 times now. And S&P is doing the same. So I'm just very, very wary. It's not normally something 1040. NQ 1040. 1050. Oh, yes, 10.5. Yes. It is an efficient candle short. I just be careful, Cena. I don't, like I was just saying, I don't love this. This seems to be acting as a resistance area. I know it's not our normal resistance area, but just if you just look at pure price action alone, it seems to be holding up the market. Is it a valid short? The answer is yes. I'm just going to reload this because my numbers have gone a bit blurry again. Maybe I just need to clean my glasses. No worries, Paul. Have a good weekend, mate. So I just want to get a check. My NASDAQ candle is only 1 times efficient short. Can someone confirm that? Okay. So 1 times efficient, I don't like. I like minimum 2. Okay. So NASDAQ traders, just to be clear, is it a valid short? Yes. Do I like it? No. I hope that is clear. Like I said, I just identify the trades for you. I give you the pros and cons. It's up to you whether you pull the trigger. Might make me look like a fool, but can only do what I see. Yeah, whereas like it's just funny. Like it's not normally something that would hold it up, but it is today. And you can see it both on S&P and on NASDAQ. And that's why I'm just wary. Like I'd rather keep you guys out of a trade that could potentially lose than call you into one that might win. If you did take it, it's gone through tens. So I'm sorry, guys, if I kept you out of that. I just did not want to call you into a loser. If you are short, guys, look to manage your risk once it comes down to the top of the MDI. So well done if you ignored me. You're short and you're through 20s. That's okay. It went late. No worries, Matthew. Oh, wow, S&P. Oh, we got anything down here? Again, Nazi traders, I can't call you short on that. It's only 1 times efficient. It's into the bottom of the MDI. If you're a reversal trader off the 50 Fibonacci, you can look for a push through. and go long at 19,500.50. Well done, Akito. Beautiful trade. Yeah, well done, Christian. Well done, Lockie. FDAX, your volume's still low, so I can't send you short. Although, like before, pushing up, you've got the SBR reset at 67. And the higher high, your entry is at 73 or 74. 74. Higher high. But again, the volume is going to keep most FDAX traders out. S&P traders, you've still got these SBRs are valid, guys. I just want to make it clear they are valid trades short. The reason I'm very hesitant about calling you short is just because this 50 has been acting as resistance quite some time now. And I just don't want to call you in to a short trade and it fails on a Friday, because then you're going to think about it all weekend. That has gone forwards from the original SBR. So yes, our algorithm is working. We couldn't take that because of news. We didn't take that because of this 50. That is a 4-point turning bar short I've just seen. So if you trade 4-point turning bars, your entry is at 29.25. Your risk control is 3 points into the trade. Well done, Lou. Ken, 20 times 2. Well done, mate. Yeah, Wes, yeah, I just noticed the 4-point turning bar. We'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, Diane, it is because when you're in sim, they don't care. You're not important. There's also offset settings. Forget how to do it. Any properties? Someone might remind you. There is offset, so you can only, yeah. It just happens sometimes, Diane. Like very volatile days on live, you can get slippage of 2 or 3. That's happened to me. Sim, it's not uncommon to get slippage of 1 or 2. It's actually, I've noticed, because I still do trade a lot of sim, because I'm practicing 4 contracts at the moment. And I do notice that when I trade on sim, it'll touch my target but not pay me quite often. Right click chart trader. Okay, yes. Yeah, okay. So chart trader properties. Thought it might have been there. There he is. Predefined stop limit offset 1. Set that to 1 there and see if that helps you. Diane, so just to reiterate, show you guys again. So that's your chart trader, this thing here. Properties, and then predefined stop. Okay, no problem. All right, I'll move that out of the way. So inside the last minute, guys, you're not taking any new trades. You're just managing current positions. FDAX, you still haven't woken up yet. So we aren't taking any trades on you. Again, if you ignore that rule, you're looking for the higher high and the short at 74. Thank you. I think we're just sort of searching for trades now, like there's just nothing clean. There is nothing I would take personally. I mean, I could manufacture something for you guys, but I really don't want to. Ever, let alone on a Friday. Technically, that is a static bar reversal. It's not really off anything. So I'm not taking that. You're pushing back into, we don't know if this is support or resistance anymore. I can't send you short into the MBI, so NASDAQ, nothing. Yeah, quiz. And S&P, I've got nothing for you. It's just it's an efficient candle long, but I can't send you because we like it to be outside of the range. Got any questions, guys? Send them through. Bit quiet at the moment. Volume's definitely dropped out. We've got a bit of news at past, and then on the new hour. So it might be waiting for that. And we've got US and Canadian news later tonight. Red flag news. Nazi, that'd be fibs. There's your 50. This will be 61. Let's clear this up a little bit. Sinus, I always have a fixed stop loss with a certain amount of ticks or points, and then I bring it in. So for NASDAQ, for example, if any trade requires more than 50 ticks, I don't take the trade. Mind you, let's just say hypothetically, say I went short here for whatever reason. So I just went short there. Let's just say I saw something in the market, I went short there. My stop would be 50 ticks. It would probably be up here somewhere. Okay, I would drag my stop in then to here. That's how I manage dynamic trades. So I always have a fixed stop to start with. On FDAX, my one's 20, and generally I just let it go for 20. I am trialing another trading style method, what do you call it, strategy, and that requires a little less. But for FDAX, I might always leave it at 20, for example, unless I'm taking an SBR, and then I bring it in just behind the candle. I hope that answers your question. FDAX, still nothing for you because of your volume. Nazi, I mean, look, there is failure at the 50% Fibonacci. If that is your trade, you'd want the higher high, and then you can go short at 20.75. I'm not really loving it. The stop, 2 points. Yeah, 2 points, Diane. Some do 4. I like 2. If say we get these 76s here, right? And my stop, let's just say I took this SBR here, for example. My stop would be at 83. That's 2 points. I might go, you know what? There is another 76 there, so I'm just going to pop it behind that 76 instead. So 83 is normal stop. I might bring it up to 85 just to allow it to give it a bit of room to hit this 76 and go. But generally just 2. But yeah, most of the time it's a fixed stop at 20 or whatever, and then I just bring it in. Double touch reversal is fixed for me. I always keep it at 20. I don't bring that in at all because I've tried and tested 20. It is amazing how many times it's gone, say, 15 to 18 points negative and then turned and gone the other way. It's ridiculous. It's pretty rare it gets that low, so that much drawdown. But yeah, 20 points seems to be the magic number. Opening candle, I don't trade the opening candle much, but I know I will allow up to 30 points just because of volatility. But generally, I'm looking for larger targets. Well done, Ahmed. So Ahmed's taken 76 reversal. Awesome, Tim. Great work, mate. I think you had a good session. I think I know you had a good session. Nice, Wes. Well done, Diane. All right, team, last minute. So no new trades are to be entered. Actually, volume still hasn't woken up, so you're parked. This will be the last candle of our session. Azzy, your volume's very low too. Awesome, Remy. Love to hear that, mate. Well done. Have a fantastic weekend. Yeah, Wes, it's that's exactly what I'm doing in sim. So I'm trading more contracts than what I'm used to. Just so when I am at that stage when I'm trading 4, 5, 6 contracts, my nerves aren't there holding for the longer range targets. So I take often, because I have normally on my screen when I'm not moderating, I'll have 2 FDAX charts open. I'll put, say, 2 or 3 contracts on my normal one. And then on my sim account, I'll put 4 or 5 on the exact same trade, just with a different ATM, just so I can get used to it. And that way, when I'm getting up to 4, 5, 6 contracts, I've got a lot more confidence to hold for those bigger range targets. Thank you, Keith. Thank you, Lockie. It's very, very kind of you to say. Thank you, Ahmed. It definitely comes with practice, Sina, and depending on who you're partnered with funding. If you are with a funding partner, they do have trailing drawdown or certain threshold. So you just kind of want to lock in that profit early on. Okay. Yeah, just build up your confidence, building up that profit, getting yourself a nice buffer, getting to a stage where you're consistently withdrawing. And then maybe you start by going, right, if you're doing 5 contracts, go, right, I'll do 4 contracts to whatever current target you got, and then pushing 1 contract out to further. That way you're always locking in your profit. And then the next contract's one, it's that psychology development, but also it's what makes trading fun. And that's what keeps it fun for me. It's having that one big target. No worries at all. All right, end of session. Someone wants to see my face again. So all those who don't want to see my face, look away and sucked in. Yeah, nice work. That's awesome. Well done, everyone. So 3 minutes to go, 2.5 minutes to go, guys. No real trades setting up. As again said, I don't want to manufacture something for you guys. I could if I wanted to, but just not really into that, especially on a Friday and the last candle of our session. That's not very fun. No, no one wants to be losing on Friday afternoon. That's what I talked about over the weekend.
TTP will come and say hello again as well.
Thank you, Diane. Whereas I plan on it, mate. It'll be a very, very chilled weekend here in Bali. There's good surf on. So I'll be surfing tomorrow morning. I'll be getting my usual sunset coconut this afternoon. So if you've got any questions, guys, ask now. This will be the last candle of our session. 2 minutes to go. If you are in a trade and need help managing it, let me know. I'm more than happy to stick around and help you manage. Otherwise, speak now, forever hold your peace. Otherwise, TTP is going to jump back in. I will, Sally. Don't you worry. Oh, lovely scene in Saigon. Saigon, what a city. Yeah, I loved Hoi An. That was my favorite city in Vietnam. Oh, nice. Well, I'm half Dutch, and you know what they say, if you're not Dutch, you're not much. Or maybe I just say that. I can see Lockie laughing. There's a reason why I only get the mic 1 day a week.
Well, I was just saying, I've never heard that. If you're not Dutch, you're not much. I've never heard that before. That's
It's the first time I'm hearing this, guys, and I think it's the best tagline ever.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go. Loaded.
Yes. Yeah, you've never heard it probably because I made it up, but it's going to catch on. I guarantee it. All right, team. No new trades. That is the end of our session. It has been a ball. Not too many amazing setups today, but we did get a few. Most important thing is we didn't get any losers, which was fantastic. But yeah.
So, Code, a big thank you from here. I do know that TTP will want to close off the webinar. So again, a big thank you to TTP for having us. There is a little bit of a surprise coming for everybody who enjoys trading together with us. So there is a little bit of a surprise coming. which will mean a lot more very large webinar trading rooms, Coach. So this will not be the only time we'll have people from all over the world coming to say hello.
Very exciting.
That's how I'll call on. Is Arlene, are you hiding there in the background?
Hi there, guys. Yeah. So, first of all, again, thank you so much for the team joining us. Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Loki, as well, for having this live trading room with the European markets. As always, we enjoy it. We love the insights. We love the guidance. So thank you so much. We're right now live also on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. So for everyone joining us, just so you know that you can also register and join the chat in our Zoom, okay, for the upcoming live trading rooms as well. With that being said, the surprise that was mentioned here before is, drum roll, please. We're gonna have a live trading room once a week with the Dura Academy. Once a week on Thursdays. It's going to be something that we combine together. So every Thursday at 9:30 GMT +3. You're going to be able to watch the live trading session. So join us on Thursdays. The sign-up link will be available later today. So keep an eye out on social media. We're going to have a lot of fun together, learn a lot, and maybe in one of those sessions, we will have more interesting things coming up, maybe some announcements, maybe some new integrations, maybe new tools. Let's see. Let's see what's gonna happen.
New trading platforms, maybe.
I don't know. Listen. There's so many things that are happening behind the scenes. So who knows?
Absolutely.
Thank you again, team, for everything. Thank you so much, Cody, for today as well. If you're not Dutch, you're not much. Apparently, Cody, amazing.
Thank you.
Great stuff.
At least you're taking one thing away from it.
Exactly. I've learned one thing today, guys. I've learned one thing.
Perfect.
All right. Thank you, Alan, for having us, and thank you again to TTP for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you so much. See you soon, guys.
All right. Bye. Bye.